Welcome in the Paul Farrington Show. Robert Ziggy Ziegler, joined by Jack Weinberger and Paul Farrington.
Switching it up a little bit here.
And Ziggy takes control right there.
Well, look, but before we get started, Jack, I just have to ask, how are you feeling right now?
It was. I'm disappointed. I probably dropped us like 10 in the power rankings now.
Yeah.
From
No, what's
five.
the honest drop? What's the honest drop?
27.
Jack has the Steelers dropping 22 spots in the power rankings.
I tried to
today.
tell you, Jack. I told you this preseason the Steelers defense was not going to be it this year, and the Aaron Rodgers was not a quarterback you could rely
Well,
on.
it's the offensive line. Offensive line is so bad. It's like Swiss cheese.
Jack, my favorite thing about right now is that in the chat today, the only thing we're seeing is, and people are texting the show. Everyone's just like, "How's Jack feeling right now? How is Jack doing right now?"
Yeah. Well, the problem is the offensive line.
Is that the only problem? The defense is horrible
Well,
too.
the secondary is awful. Sam threw all over us. We couldn't get a stop on third down. Offensive line couldn't block for Rodgers. Guys were in his face all day. We dropped from. I had us 5 last week. Now we're at 28. We're ahead of the Browns.
Just another disaster.
We're ahead of the Browns, Jets, Bears, and Panthers.
Is the playoff still in play for you?
The playoffs still in
okay, all right. So you're not going scorched earth right now.
It's
You're
week
just
2.
Okay,
But
got it.
no, it's disappointing. But this makes it even better when we beat the Packers. Like, oh guys, we got killed with the Seahawks and beat the Packers. So
All right, so we're going to bounce around some of the games today, but we're going to start. And please remember, if you're enjoying these videos, to like, comment, and subscribe. We had an awesome day on Thursday night after, well, in some ways, an awesome day. After watching the Packers dominate the Commanders, we came on, and then we had one of the biggest days in the history of our show with like 1,000 new subscribers. It was awesome.
And we're going to have another awesome day when we react tonight to J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings steamrolling the Atlanta
I need
Falcons.
a win, man. It's crazy that the Vikings are all I have right now.
did you see something really funny? It's another lefty quarterback for the Falcons named Mike with like almost a genitalia sounding name. Like this could be lethal. You had Michael Vick, they have Michael Penix.
If J.J. McCarthy, so we'll be on tonight, as Ziggy said, live post Vikings Falcons. If the Vikings lose after the past 2 Notre Dame games, oh my God, I can't believe I'm relying on the Vikings, and we're September 14th right now. It's just never a good sign.
If the Vikings lose this game, Paul, you and I are going to be volatile.
Yeah, here's Derek after dark. Go Aggies, dude. That was a brutal loss. You know, I got 5 or 6 different people texting me this morning saying like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Like that's how bad of a loss it was. When you have people hitting you up in the DMs the following morning, I was like, it's fine. We've been there before.
I had the Vikings, or not the Vikings, the Notre Dame minus 6.5.
Notre Dame is a lot like the Vikings.
And then when they muff the extra point, I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Who muffs that? We muff an extra point.
And then blow the lead.
That drive with 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions, it was everything that was horrendous.
I had Notre Dame
As
minus...
Producer Zach walks into the show right now. We're
I had Notre
live
Dame
right now.
minus the points. And in a money line parlay instead of a bet.
Just
screw me all around.
Talk about your bad betting day. We've talked about my great betting day yesterday. Before we get to this Lions-Bears game, can we get a shout out to the Villanova Wildcats? I was saying all day.
Yeah.
If you want free money,
Cats.
they're going to cover plus 47.5.
Wasn't it 52-0?
No, they scored on the last play of the game.
0 seconds
You
left
have
on
to
the
watch.
clock. They scored a touchdown.
They scored a touchdown.
52-6. Easiest cover of my life.
Last play of the game, the Nova quarterback was running all over the place. He hucks one up to the back of the end zone, and the receiver makes an insane one-handed
I didn't
catch.
see that. That's
you have
funny.
to watch it because it covered it. It was insane. All right.
Yeah.
So
Cap of the week hit.
Cap of the week. Congrats. Oh yeah, by half a point, right? 3-0.
Win with the hook.
3-0.
3-0.
Did you also sprinkle money line?
No.
Oh, really? No, not winner.
Of course I did. Of course I did.
Hey, you know what? The cap of the week, that was the cap of the week. Okay, so I love this. I love seeing Paul in misery. Just insane. Yeah, that ND game. Oh, man, it'll be a bad Viking reaction if we lose tonight. It'll be real bad. So,
regardless, here's what we can say. The balance of power has been returned to the NFC North. What we thought before the season... Well, what are you looking at?
What are you talking about?
I'm taking over the segment.
You know, here's what I'm just gonna say something right now. Ziggy is an amazing analyst on this show.
The Packers and Lions are elite. Bears stink.
No, Ziggy is an amazing analyst on this show, and I think he might be one of the most unique sports media personalities out there. Every now and then, when he takes over the hosting chops, it's just like things can fall apart very quickly.
I don't know what you're talking about, Paul.
Balance of power restored. No, the Packers are at the top of the NFC North, and the Lions today. Certainly, I mean, you were right in this sense. The Lions absolutely reminded people who they were today. in an utter shellacking. I can't think of a better word.
Ben Johnson coming back sparked some fuel, I think, to that as well.
52-21 win over the Chicago Bears today.
They were fueled
in
up.
previewing this game, Jack, one of the very few things that you and I could agree upon, I mean, we don't agree on a whole lot, was that the Chicago Bears going into Detroit in this angle, it was set up to be an absolute slaughter. Like, this was the worst spot you could possibly draw Detroit.
Yes.
And the Chicago Bears, I don't even feel like this shows they were all that bad a team. The 85 Bears walking in would have lost in exactly the same way. This Detroit team was just pissed off.
I mean, yeah, just like the Lions kind of caught the Packers at a very bad time last week. Now the Lions go lose that game, and the Bears catch the Lions at a very bad time.
Yeah, and you know what? Well, so let's start with the Lions before we get into the Bears, but I'm just going to foreshadow this. It could get ugly in Chicago this year. Like, it's already ugly, and I feel bad for Weston Dell, our good buddy. We were hanging out with him this weekend, Ziggy and I, and Weston said he got mad, actually. Big Bears fan. Said he got mad at the show for the first time ever, and I said, what did Jack say? That was my initial response. And he goes, no, Paul. It was you. When you came in after the Vikings-Bears game and said, hey, let's get some Bears still suck going in the chat. He said, I was actually furious, and I almost turned the show off. But he's like, you know what? I kept listening, powered through. I'm not going to go there today, Weston. I'm not gonna make fun of Chicago. I'm warning the Bears fans. This thing might take a little longer than expected. I'm not out on Ben Johnson and Caleb, but it might just be, given the schedule, might be a tough year.
I'm not shocked at all. I've been saying this.
Let's hit the Lions here first. Because Detroit, it was just utterly ridiculous. And I don't like defending other NFC North teams. I don't like defending any other teams in the NFL, especially a rival. But the reaction to the Packer game was just utter nonsense. It was just ridiculous.
You like the word utter?
Yeah, I know. I've said it like 3 times. I'm sorry. It was insane seeing people coming out in the national media and being like, yeah, the Lions are done.
Vegas fell victim to exactly the same thing. The Vikings jumped them in odds to win the division.
Maybe, just maybe it's possible. They walked into a hellhole in Green Bay where the Packers are the hottest team in football right now. First game with the new coordinators, defense back, a little rust on them. Yes, you have to give all credit in the world to the Packers for kicking their ass. But maybe we overreacted in saying the team that went 15-2 last season is not going back to the playoffs after one bad game.
How many I had
overreact? The Paul Farrington.
No, we did.
I mean, I think I personally did, having the Lions like 15 in the power rankings and putting Pittsburgh.
No,
in 5.
I mean, at this point, you in the power rankings is just it's nonsensical.
But no, Detroit did exactly what they had to do. Like what a team who has aspirations to win a Super Bowl does is they look flat out horrendous week 1, come home against a team who they believe they're much better than, and kick the crap out of them on their home field.
Yeah, this is the drive chart, and we are reading this right. I don't think you've heard this yet, Jack. The drive chart for Detroit today.
I have not. No.
I'm not going to go through the number of plays and all that, but touchdown, 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 field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Jeez.
The Bears did not. The Bears, I guess, in some sense, got one stop by holding them to a field goal.
Well, I was watching the Steeler game, and we got a Sunday ticket back. So I was watching the Steeler game, and you could see the bottom of the screen like this, and I'd see Detroit score every like 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was insane. Well, wait, was this Ziggy? Didn't the other day? Oh no, okay. They punted at the very end of the game. Okay.
Did Russ just fumble?
Yeah, we're watching live the end of the Giants Cowboy game as well. Okay, so they punted at the very end. So Daniel Jones, he was like the first quarterback ever to lead all scoring drives, right? Like for the Colts in week 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess
for that many games or for that many drives.
Well, this was 7. I guess they missed the field goal. Oh wait, what am I looking? I was on the scoring play. Okay. But anyway, the Lions had like 6 touchdowns. It was just ridiculous. 7 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs was back. Amon-Ra St. Brown as a fantasy owner of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Pretty good day. 9 receptions, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had 2 in the fourth quarter. We saw Jamison Williams get loose for a 64-yarder that kind of opened the floodgates. Jahmyr Gibbs on the ground, 12 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. Montgomery got in 2. Goff threw for 334 yards, only 5 incompletions and 5 touchdowns. This was I think, a shout. I would say a warning to the rest of the league
I think
that
it's a nice,
Detroit's not going anywhere.
I think it's a nice welcome back, Ben Johnson.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't you.
Did you hear
it wasn't you. It was your players.
Did you hear Amon-Ra on his brother's podcast with his brother?
We're all gonna boo him.
Like, we're gonna boo him. We don't care. And he actually came in. I thought there was a maybe not so subtle shot at Ben Johnson too, and he's like, "You guys are talking about Ben Johnson leading meetings." We're like, "That's not Ben."
Oh, and they legitimately came in and said, "This was not you. It was us."
They wanted to prove Jack right.
Yes,
Yeah.
They wanted to prove me right.
Yeah.
And-
Ziggy, did you hear that
They
though? When
did.
Amon-Ra said, like, "This isn't you, Ben. Like, we know you're not." I know he said it in jest, but he kind of came off as if you're not a leader of men, Ben. Like, you can't lead a team. We know you're goofy
The Lions
guy.
wanted to kill the
this
Bears.
is
today.
always how this Lions team is, right? They always feel the need to prove themselves. They always want to rub it in your face. And fair enough, right? Like, they were up. They scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter of their starters when the game was completely over, just because they felt like they had to.
Detroit. Yeah, no. This was in addition to like showing Ben Johnson up. I think this was also a clearly a post week 1. Like, everyone shut the F up. We're the Detroit Lions, which it sounds weird saying
Yeah,
we're the Detroit
Detroit
Lions, but
Lions.
like, really, that's who they are at this point in time. No one in the league at this rate blows people out like Detroit. Like, Detroit has these wins. I mean, last year they had the 52-6 game against Jacksonville, 52-14 against the Titans. Like, I mean, when they blow people out, they just murder people. You don't see the score 52-21 very often in the NFL. And this was a game that at one point, or I mean, at the end of the first quarter, it was 14-7. Really, I mean, midway through the second quarter, it was 14-7. It looked close. Like, Weston, again, our buddy Weston was saying this whole weekend, he goes, "We played Detroit tough. Like, last year, Thanksgiving, we should have won," and he's right. Or at least they should have sent that game to overtime. He's like, "We've been playing them well. I think we're going to win this game." And Ziggy and I said, "No, Weston, you're not going to win this game." Like, but
We tried to warn him.
but through a quarter and a half, it looked like, maybe there was something to it. And Chicago opened the game with an 8-play, 74-yard drive. But when you have a pissed off Lion team, the rematch in Detroit of Packers Lions is going to be quite fun. Is that Thanksgiving? I think that's Thanksgiving this year.
Our good buddy Weston is now a Vanderbilt fan, right? So I think
good.
I think Vanderbilt, like, being the best team in the country right now,
Automatically
comes with a sacrifice.
Yes.
Like, Notre Dame is now terrible. The Bears are terrible. But you have Vanderbilt as 3-0, one of the best teams in America. So
There's a couple more things I want to say about
What's
this
the
game.
trade-off there?
One is, while the Lions obviously looked really, really good, the defensive line worries are still there, especially early in the game. Caleb Williams, I mean, by the time the game got later in the second half, was completely out of control. There's not much to learn there. Caleb Williams was getting a lot of time in the first half, even before Aiden Hutchinson started walking awkwardly. Lee McNeil had a great game with a couple pass deflections, but the defensive line struggles that we saw against Green Bay carried into this one. The other is, looking at the Bears, this is the second week in a row where they've had an incredible first drive. The scripted plays go excellently. Ben Johnson is awesome at designing plays. They do a great job there. And then the second things start going wrong in the game, it all falls apart. So at some point, they're going to have to figure out how to get more consistency and do something other than have an effective first drive and score one more time for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I don't really like the demeanor that Ben Johnson has a lot of times on the sideline. Have you guys caught that? It just sometimes it seems a little just off to me. And as
like,
far
if
as
things are going wrong,
it seems like the whole Bears team kind of takes on this sulking attitude. And this isn't a shot at the Bears. I just think that it's you want to see some fight back, and it seems like they wither away.
McNeil, I meant Tyreek Williams.
Oh, all good. It seems like sometimes is McNeil playing right now? It seems like
He's still out. Just for some reason I get those two players confused.
Oh, good. It just seems like when things go wrong for the Bears, as opposed to taking on that challenge head on, they seem to sometimes just let the snowball keep rolling, and then it turns into a 52-21 loss, or it turns into the Vikings scoring 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And they need to find a way. I don't know if that's just kind of their innate character of the dudes on this team, or if that's something that they need a signature moment, like something to believe in, and maybe we'll get that down the line. But I said this off the top of the show. I mean, next week they have Dallas, and Dallas has their backs against both teams here have their backs against the wall. They go to Vegas. They go to Washington. They have the Saints after that, but then it's 2 Baltimore and 2 Cincinnati. I mean, there's no let up in this schedule outside of a game against the Browns, really. And even the Giants now look like a tougher game, and Pittsburgh is always a challenge. The Vikings, it's going to be a really. I think this is on track to be a 5 or. I think the Bears are going to win like 5 games this year.
The disappointing thing too is, it's one thing if, like, the Bears had won last week against a team that they feel like, obviously they feel like they should have and could have.
They should have won that game.
Yes, and then go out and get blown out against a hungry Lions team off a loss. It's my shooter. It's one thing. But for the Bears to totally implode on their home field in the fourth quarter, let JJ do what he did to him, have Minnesota come back, and then follow it up with hardly any fight in Detroit.
It sounds like same old Bears.
Like, is concerning.
Yeah. It feels like the same story.
If they had won week 1 and this happens today, it's a little
I don't know
different.
if this happens. I mean, it might. Like Detroit's.
Maybe it doesn't. But even if it does, it's like, all right, this is the Lions spot, big time. You run into a buzzsaw here. But losing last week too, looking awful in the fourth quarter, that carrying over to today, now being 0-2 is tough.
Alarm bells might start to go off if they lose to Dallas. It will be full on panic in Chicago.
If you're 0-3, yeah.
0-3.
I mean, but Ben Johnson, we said this last week with the Vikings game. It's going to be even bigger after this. Right now, I'm getting a lot of Josh McDaniels vibes out of him. I'm not saying it's going to go that poorly, but brilliant offensive mind, great coordinator, really struggled with leadership. If you're Ben Johnson, you are now faced with a huge leadership task. You've had 2 devastating games, 2 devastating losses, and now, I mean, you get to play at home, which is nice, but you have an absolute must-win game week 3. That's tough.
But Ziggy, the one thing I want to build off that is this is what you paid Ben Johnson for, right? Was to be different than these other head coaches, to be able to get Caleb in a spot where by the end of the year he's playing good football. Obviously, this is not the start you wanted, but you're paying Ben Johnson the money he's getting to handle a situation like this. And it's not like the NFL. Look, in the same sense that we were talking about the overreaction of Detroit, the Bears are having a whole new system here. It's a new first-year head coach. Caleb really was never properly developed last season. So in some sense, it's Caleb's first year of what you're hoping is proper development. That takes time too. So I'm all for like making fun of the Bears a little bit and having some fun. But also we need to keep in mind that this thing might take a little while. And if it's ugly this year with a really tough schedule, so be it. I heard Brady was on Colin Cowherd's podcast the other day, and he came on and echoed a lot of sentiments along the lines of, like, you know, these quarterbacks who have the worst offensive coordinators and the worst quarterback coaches in football, is it fair to judge them similarly to these young quarterbacks who have the best in the league? And Caleb last year had some of the worst developers that I think we'd all agree were in pro football. So I wouldn't be freaking out if I were a Bears fan just yet. I would be disappointed. But this is still, like, again, the league is so reactionary based on individual games.
Week by week.
That if they come out and they beat the Cowboys next week, it's like, all right, we're taking steps in the right direction.
1-2, here we go.
Like, I want to see something that makes me believe in this Bears team. Right? I was very high on Ben Johnson, and I've been beating the patience drum for a while. But right now, we're 2 games in. I've seen basically nothing that makes me believe that things are going to be any different this year.
DeAndre Swift.
Ben Johnson did feed DeAndre Swift in important moments, and he is the engine of that offense.
DeAndre Swift in a dream.
Appreciates that.
DeAndre Swift in a wish.
DeAndre Swift in a dream. Yeah, in a wish, in a wish.
DeAndre Swift in a wish.
Speaking of teams that could use a little bit of help from the gods and that are having a little bit of a disappointing season, we'll get to that in a second. But before we get there, if you're enjoying this, we've got almost 500 people in here right now. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that luck. We're chasing down 25,000. And we really appreciate every single one of you that comes in. And we're going to be reacting to almost every NFC North game this year. So if you're enjoying this, if you want to see Paul and I react tonight, maybe Jack will be there too. Hit that subscribe button.
Hey, how about a round of applause for producer Zach coming in, getting the bot out of the chat. It's good to see you, Zach.
Zach,
say hello to everyone,
say
Zach?
Something, Zach. Say something.
Oh, yes, his mic is off.
Oh my God, they mute me. You see what happens?
Yeah, say hello. Say hello, Zach.
Hey, Paul, where's my camera?
Oh, sorry. Well, you weren't here.
Look at the voice
sorry.
of God.
The voice of God.
Voice of God.
Producer Zach is not
everybody
happy.
in the chat right now. There's one thing they want to know. Jack, how are you feeling about the Steelers?
Right now, horrendous. But next week, if we get back on track, I'll feel great.
Should you feel worse about the Steelers, or should we feel worse about Notre Dame?
You guys about Notre Dame.
In our outlook as well.
Because there's no way you win in Arkansas. So that's 3 losses. So you're out. Like this worst 1-1. It's like whatever.
51% of our fans just said the Steelers are the single worst team in football after this game. And honestly, after that performance,
all right. Well,
I've been saying this Seahawks team could be good.
No, we're
Sam
currently
Darnold, Kenneth Walker, an improved offensive line, a decent defense.
We're currently the 4th worst team in the league. I told you, ahead of the Bears, the Jets.
What about the Dolphins?
The Steeler game today. So if we take a look at it here,
Yeah, I think we're better than the Dolphins too.
Pittsburgh. I also think the Seahawks are a better team than a lot of people are giving credit early on in the season. But they go into Pittsburgh today, 31-17 win.
Home opener.
Yeah, 31-17 win over Pittsburgh.
A home opener, it's really embarrassing to lose like that.
Yeah, but the whole game changed on the kickoff. I mean, that was one of the most ridiculous things. So the Seahawks go up 17-14 on Pittsburgh in the early fourth quarter. And on the kickoff, Caleb Johnson, right, rookie running back, is back to receive the kick, and it hit off his helmet.
Hit off his helmet or something and rolled to the end zone.
And he didn't move.
He didn't move. I don't think he knew the rule. I thought in his mind, I think if he goes to the end zone, it's a touchback.
And he maybe thought he was rolling out of the back. It was very weird because then you see 5 Seahawks basically sprint past him
and recover
into the end zone, and they pick it up, and it's 24-14. And the game didn't end there because Pittsburgh made a 7-point game and had an opportunity to get a stop late. But it was just, I mean, look, at the end of the game, it was 31-17. That touchdown right there pushed it to a 2-score game. So, just not a weird play. I don't know if he didn't know the rules or if he just blacked out in the moment.
I mean, the Steelers' D is also bad.
That's the more concerning.
It's a bad
TJ
defense.
Watt having 2 pressures in a game like this against the Seahawks offensive line is totally unacceptable.
It's a bad defense. And then, the secondary's bad.
You know what also was bad for you guys? I mean, the word we're using off here is
second
bad.
half Aaron Rodgers interceptions.
I mean, JPJ was also not playing.
That was as well, but it wasn't a good
Neither
sign.
was Deshaun Elliott.
It wasn't a good sign either to see the Jets just get absolutely murdered by Buffalo. It was like everything that could go, everything a Steelers fan had going for them just looked horrendous.
But I was hoping we win today and the Jets play close with
Buffalo.
I'd be like, all right. But I texted actually Andrew, our old partner on the show. I said, after week 1, I thought there was a chance that we're both good. But it turns out we just might both suck.
All right, let's see here. So Aubrey has a chance to win the game live for the for the Cowboys right now. Poor Giants, man. When you have Russ hit that moon ball to Malik Neighbors, what was it, under a minute left? Or he went to 18 seconds, right?
I think our good buddy Mike said the Giants are back, did he not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mike's a jinx. So anyway, yeah, Mike's a huge jinx. So it makes sense. And then Aubrey hits, a 64-yarder?
Oh, this is now a chip shot.
This is 46 yards for the win. All right, let's see it right here. And for Dallas,
that's the inverse of 64.
Yeah.
Our fans already know what happened. They've already seen this probably, but we're just gonna say.
All right, so we'll react. Oh,
wait, don't say anything.
Took it off red zone. All right, we're gonna have to wait and see that. But yeah, anyway, for Pittsburgh, the true assessment, I think, Jack, is that you guys are just an average team. I'm not throwing shade or anything. I think that you guys are just like an average team. You'll be a tough battle most weeks. I'd like to see what happens over the course of the year with Rodgers, whether he's gonna mentally leave.
I don't think Rodgers lasts the whole season.
I don't know if he will.
He gets hit every play.
Yeah, he gets crushed, and there's not enough. Again, this was the whole thing I said about Rodgers. Is at this point in his career, I think he needs a team to elevate him, and the Steelers are asking him to elevate an average team.
Well, also,
and I don't think he has that anymore.
DK dropped a couple
46
balls.
yards,
bang,
right down the middle. Brandon Aubrey, maybe the best in the league. What a crushing loss for the Giants! Oh my gosh,
that's a great cover though with the Giants. Great cover
between you, producer Zach, and the Giants and Notre Dame last night. We have just been eviscerated.
Brutal.
Every year you look forward to football and you're like, I can't wait to get back in. Rodgers and let's go. Notre Dame's got this new defense, which will be great. Well, not new defense, but new quarterback, and we're excited. Zach was kind of down on Tua the whole time, to be fair.
Yeah, Zach no.
And it's been what, 10 days of 20 days of football, and I feel like my eyes are drooping. I probably have some hairs turning gray back here. It just beats you down as a fan, unless
there's always the Chiefs.
You're a fan of the Green Bay Packers.
There's always the Chiefs. They miss a field goal though too.
No, Chiefs are 0-1.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I know.
It's sunny times in Green Bay, and I think the Lions beating the Bears like this is also a testament to how good Green Bay is playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that same offense that hung 51 or 52 today, they were shut down completely in Green Bay. And that is like, if you're a Packer fan,
David Montgomery, the worst games of their careers against that Green Bay defensive
Yeah,
line.
what did Gibbs have? Like 15 yards on the ground last week?
yeah, no, I
Something
think
absurd like
the
that?
Lions ended with 46 rushing yards in the game, and that's just not how they operate typically. All right, so we're gonna wrap up in a couple minutes here because he's got to get going. But let me ask you, with the main title here being about the Lions-Bears game, is Detroit right now? A lot of people have Detroit fall out of that top tier contenders. This has to push them back up on the same level as Green Bay and the Eagles in your eyes, right?
No.
I think it does.
Really, Ziggy?
I think that this Lions team, I'm going to put them where I put the Packers at the start of the season. They're lead in tier 2. They could move up to tier 1, but beating the Chicago Bears, even if it's by a whole bunch of points, they faced a top tier team and they will totally outclass. And that wasn't like 6 or 7 weeks ago. That was 7 days
Did he learn nothing from what we said off the top of the show about overreacting to one bad game?
Yeah,
I'm not. Look, it's not overreacting to say. Overreacting is saying they're third to win the division. Overreacting is saying they might just be bad. Saying they're at the very top of a tier right below the top tier contenders because they looked outclassed when they played one of those top tier contenders is not overreacting.
I think when a good team gets caught in a game like that, they come back and do what they did today.
But I don't want to hear about you getting caught in your season opener. What's a surprise? They're playing the Green Bay Packers
but that's like
week 1.
That's like the best time to.
Again, I thought that game through 2.5 quarters was a lot closer than the final score made it look. Now, yes, it did turn into a blowout, and the Packers turned up the heat, and the Lions couldn't keep up. But again, if Detroit scores a couple touchdowns earlier in that game, it might, or gets the pick 6. It's very different. I think Green Bay is the best team in the North at this point in time.
You just know, like if the Packers play the Lions next Sunday,
it's
a totally
brawl.
different game.
That is, I think.
How
it's
do
a
I
brawl.
know that?
The
only evidence I have is the one game they actually played where the Packers dog walked them.
Because Detroit played like
the Bears.
Detroit played like
because
Detroit.
Caleb Williams struggled in Detroit. That's supposed to be my evidence that the Lions are exactly who they were last year.
I can't move them down. After a bounce back like today, I can't see them not being on the tier.
After hanging 52 and winning by 30, yes.
We're not saying they're better than Green Bay. We're saying they're on the same tier, though, as far as Super Bowl contenders.
If the Green Bay game were close,
who's
I'd feel a lot
in
better
tier
about
2
it.
in the NFC? If you have the Lions, if you have the Packers and Eagles, tier 2 is the Lions, and is anyone else there, or do you have the Lions in their own
it's
group?
just the Lions.
All right. Okay. I mean, I understand it, but I disagree with it.
There's only 3 teams I can see winning the NFC this year, and they're one of them. So if you think that means they're tier 1, fair enough. But I don't think Eagles or the Packers over them every time.
I don't think that means they have to be on the same tier.
No, but I think I currently would too take the Eagles and the Packers, but I still think the Lions are on that tier.
Yeah, I think they're obviously the chat right now is saying that no, they're not. But
as they
should.
should.
Chat's full of Packers. Tell you what, if the Lions go to Baltimore next week, Monday Night Football, this Baltimore team looked incredible.
Oh, they're gonna get killed.
If they just play a competitive game, I'll put them right back in tier 1. But if it looks like the Green Bay game where they get walked around, I'm right.
They'll get walked around in that game. I hate this. I think Baltimore's amazing.
You have to be like, this is the thing. If the Lions struggle against top teams 2 games in a row, I don't want to hear that they're another top team.
I also agree with you that Baltimore is a bad 5-minute stretch away from being number 1 in everybody's power rankings.
Baltimore's the best team in football.
I think I would agree with you.
They are.
I think currently I would power rank it Baltimore,
Philly,
Green Bay, Baltimore, Green Bay, Buffalo, Philly, and then that 5th spot. No, then Detroit. Then I put Detroit.
I mean, like Baltimore beat Buffalo, like they did.
But we'll see. The power rankings will come out later this week, so we'll see where that comes. Ziggy, you have to get going. I know, so maybe we'll just take 1 second here and we'll go to the 2 up of us. We'll catch you later tonight for the Vikings and the Falcons. We're just gonna stay on for another minute here just to get producer Zach's thoughts on the Dolphins. I need to ask him how he's feeling.
All right.
So we'll see you. We'll see you soon, Ziggy.
See you, boss.
You'll see the entire chat. Everybody leaves.
Everyone just leaves.
You have
Yeah,
3
Ziggy.
viewers. Okay. Oh, and we have no camera there.
Dark.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I have no camera there.
Put your Zach.
All right.
Should we watch double?
Yeah, or oh man.
Oh, double jack.
Chaos to end the show. As producer Zach in live time, can you in live time produce this up? Ziggy leaves and the stream just goes to absolute.
Oh, there we go.
Hell. There we go. Oh, we're back. All right.
Perfect.
So we'll wrap up just a couple minutes. Producer Zach, I wanted to ask you. Dolphins had a crushing loss today. They're 0-2 right now. At any point in that game where you're like, we're back? Was there any moment?
No.
No, no, not even like Tyreek was looking good a little bit.
No.
I mean,
It was just
down one
it
at
was just us
halftime.
playing the Patriots. That's all it is. It was us playing the Patriots.
I was really hoping you guys are going to pull out because I think New England's overrated. But what you were up, you were winning. I mean, you were just trading punches in the second half.
Yeah, we were trading punches with one of the worst teams in the NFL. That's terrible. That is the Steelers-Jets game. This week's game was the Steelers-Jets game last week. The best way to put it.
I mean,
What
would say 33-28 final today or something like that?
33-27. Yeah, the Patriots walked away with a win. Yeah, unfortunately for you guys, I thought if you could get a win here and kind of right the ship, the vibes in Miami and the culture there right now is just it's falling apart.
Oh, it's going to implode.
I mean, do you think McDaniel? There's no way he finishes the season.
No, I don't think he makes it past week 5.
Yeah.
Do you know what the game of the year is? The Steelers host the Dolphins Monday Night Football this year.
Oh, geez.
That could be a great game.
Oh man, that would be brutal.
We'll have an intern.
All right, what else did we have
Quinn
here?
Ewers will be starting.
I thought the worst loss of the day, and I haven't fully digested this week yet, but I think the worst loss might belong to the Jaguars in a 31-27 loss.
Oh, and having the Bengals backup come back and win the game.
Yeah, with Jake Browning come in, and Browning did not. From what I saw, Browning did not look. He had 3 interceptions. Like if you have Joe Burrow go down and the backup comes in and throws 3 picks, I would have told you the Jaguars win this game by
31-10,
20 points.
Yeah, something like
at least. And it's. I mean, they are 1-1 right now. Did you see Liam? I don't know if you guys caught it. Liam Cohn and Trevor Lawrence got in the little. Like they had a little dust up kind of during the game.
I didn't see that.
Lawrence, it was a 2nd and 14 or something like that. Towards the end of the game, when Jacksonville had, I believe they had a 27. Let me just make sure I had this right. Yeah, they had a 27-24 lead. They had just picked off Browning with a couple minutes left in the game, and Lawrence missed a throw, and you saw Cohen just screaming at him, saying like, "You got to hit him here!" Like, and Lawrence actually went like, "Shut up." He actually went, "Shut up." They had turnover on downs, and the Bengals responded with a 15-play, 92-yard drive to win the game.
And after the Jags have such a good week 1 too.
But this was what a golden opportunity. Obviously, you don't want to see anyone get hurt, and we'll have to see what happens with Joe Burrow and that ankle because that's not good. That is really not. Oh, toe. I'm sorry. Yeah, his toe. And for someone who's already injury prone, that is bad. But Jacksonville has to win that football game.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try and now look, the AFC South might be a disaster. We don't know yet, but they're trying to move up a level this year with the new coach and hoping Lawrence can get back to the level he had a couple years ago. Lawrence didn't look great. Couldn't finish the game off. They had 3 points in the fourth quarter. Some really poor final drives. And now they go. Now they have the Texans next week. So massive game. You have to be able to respond. But I didn't like anything really that I saw from Jacksonville as this game went on.
I mean, if the Texans now were to have if they lose to Tampa tomorrow, next week could have been a chance for the Jags to get up 2 games on Houston if they had held on today.
This is kind of an interesting. Someone just said Jaguars are losers, and you kind of saw today just like the teams. I'm not talking about the Steelers here, but like a lot of the teams that have been. This is gonna sound mean, but like quote unquote like loser franchises lately, finding ways to lose. Right, the Giants have that horrendous ending. The Jaguars blow the game here.
The Browns just get killed.
The Browns get murdered. The Dolphins throw it away against the Patriots. Like that sort of was a little bit of the theme here earlier on in the Week 1 games. Was the teams that typically blow these things found ways to do it, and it was across the board, like 92-yard drives and 64-yard kicks. So I was really hoping Jacksonville would have a bounce back year. I thought they could be a lot of fun. And again, still it's week 2.
Yes, they're 1-1.
Yeah, no, 1-1, and you're okay, but missed opportunity right here.
Yeah.
And for Cincinnati now, how about the Bengals who have started 0-3 for 0-2 for 3 straight years, 2-0, kind of an unconventional. Maybe they shouldn't have beat the Browns. Probably shouldn't have beat the Browns. Probably should have lost to the Jags. But
and the nerve-wracking thing is now, assuming Joe Burrow is going to be okay, is this team now has a knack for picking it up later in the season.
Yes.
And now if they can get off to a 3-0 start.
Well, it won't
and
be
then-
3-0. Do you know who
then-
they play next week?
Oh, they play the Vikings.
In Minnesota.
Okay, 2-1.
That's disaster. Yeah.
But getting off to the 2-0 start despite 0-2 is nerve-wracking for the rest of the AFC.
Yeah. And I think that last year they were losing these games early on in the
Yeah,
season.
they lost the Pats,
The
right?
New England game week 1, like they found
Commanders.
Yep.
Yeah.
And isn't it crazy how that like slight difference in 1 or 2 drives, right? Win or lose, you just have such a different feel. Kind of like we opened the show talking about Notre Dame. Notre Dame is 2 plays away. I think they're that one-handed catch in Miami and the 4th and 11 play last night from being 2-0, number 3 overall in the country, and a clear path into the playoff with a bye. And here we are ranked 24th in the country. Maybe we can find our way back. Same thing with the NFL, right? If the Bengals lose these 2 games, they're 0-2, Burrow's hurt. It's like, here we go again.
Yes.
But when you win, when you find that way to win, you can kind of use these challenges as like a building block. Okay, we got past this. And I think for Cincinnati, that's massive for a team that has been 3 straight years of finding ways to lose early in the year. Now, okay, hey, maybe we're over this.
Well, because the narrative would be, shoot, we're 0-2 and now Burrow's hurt, but now it's 2-0 and Burrow's probably fine.
Yeah, and you know what the thought is? We'll see what happens with the Vikings tonight. It's, hey, let's go beat up on a rookie quarterback essentially in week 3, get a win here. We got Denver on the road where we know we can beat, and then let's get this thing rolling. It's a tough schedule still though. They got Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh's always difficult. But that's why these wins are so important here. Same sense of Detroit getting the win today. The Bengals getting this win here with tough schedules coming up. You got to get these wins when you can. And I think it's massive as who's that, Chuba? No, who's that? It's Etienne. Trevor Etienne.
Etienne's brother.
Trevor Etienne. As the Panthers look to tie it with the Cardinals. So we're going to wrap this up here. We'll be back. And sorry for the Jets. Sorry for Jets fans. That was tough today. Yeah, but you know that happens with the Bills.
That's right where they belong.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up here. We'll be back tonight for a great victory celebration of Vikings and Falcons, as the Vikings will match the Packers atop the NFC North, which is turning into the bloodbath we expected. Detroit, big win today. We'll see you